Now that you understand what this condition is and why it occurs, let's move on to the most important thing: what to do about it. Not just try this, but specific, proven, safe, and affordable ways that really work. And let's start not with pills, but with what you can do today, without a prescription, without high costs, without risk. Because believe me, sometimes the solution lies much closer than it seems. And if you've reached this point, it means you're ready to make a difference. Welcome to the second part of our conversation. The first thing to start with is the analysis of iron. Yes, iron again. Because even people with normal hemoglobin can have critically low ferritin levels. In the United States, the standard rate of ferritin is from 15 to 150 nanograms per milliliter for women. But with RLS, doctors recommend a level of at least 75. Why? Because iron is necessary for the production of dopamine, the very neurotransmitter that breaks down during RLS. If there is not enough iron, dopamine is not synthesized in the required volume. What to do? Ask your doctor for a serum ferritin test. This is a simple blood test that can be done with insurance. If the level is below 75, the doctor may prescribe oral iron supplements. Important, you need to take them correctly. Iron is better absorbed on an empty stomach, with vitamin C, for example, with orange juice. But if it makes you feel sick, you can do it with food, although assimilation will be worse. Avoid taking iron with calcium, coffee, or tea. They block its absorption. Usually, the effect of supplements occurs after 2 to 3 months. Don't expect an instant result. But if the ferritin level rises, the chances of improvement are very high. By the way, vegetarians and vegans are particularly susceptible to iron deficiency because vegetable iron, or non-heme, is absorbed worse than from meat, which is heme iron. If you follow a plant-based diet, discuss ways to compensate with your doctor or dietitian. The second important element is magnesium. Although the evidence for its effectiveness in RLS is not as strong as that of iron, many patients report improvement, especially if magnesium deficiency is confirmed. In the United States, up to 50% of adults do not get the recommended amount of magnesium from food. It is found in nuts, seeds, dark leafy greens, avocados, bananas, and whole grains. But if you don't eat it regularly, supplements can help. Look for magnesium in the form of citrate, glycinate, or malate. They are better absorbed than magnesium oxide. The daily dose for adults is about 320 milligrams for women. It is better to take it in the evening. Magnesium has a slight soothing effect. But don't overdo it. Excess can cause diarrhea. And yes, if you have kidney problems, consult your doctor before taking it. Now let's talk about the diet. Surprisingly, what you eat during the day can affect your legs at night. For example, sugar and refined carbohydrates. High blood sugar levels cause spikes in insulin, which in turn can disrupt the balance of neurotransmitters, including dopamine. Try to reduce the consumption of sweet white bread, pasta made from premium flour. Instead, get more fiber vegetables, legumes, whole grains. Fiber slows down sugar absorption and stabilizes glucose levels. It is also important to drink enough water. Dehydration is a frequent trigger for RLS. In the United States, many adults drink less than 1.5 liters of water per day, especially if there is a lot of coffee or tea. And water is the basis for all biochemical processes, including the transmission of nerve impulses. Try drinking a glass of water with each meal and another one an hour before bedtime. But not immediately before going to bed, so as not to run to the toilet. Caffeine is another hidden enemy. Yes, morning coffee is sacred, but if you drink it after lunch, especially after 2 p.m., it can interfere not only with falling asleep, but also worsen restless legs syndrome. Caffeine blocks adenosine receptors, which indirectly affects the dopamine system. Try avoiding coffee in the afternoon for at least 2 weeks, and, just see what happens. The same applies to black tea, energy drinks, and even some green drinks with guarana. Alcohol is also a trigger, especially red wine. Many people notice that after a glass of wine in the evening, their legs twist more. Alcohol disrupts sleep and affects neurotransmitters. Abstaining from alcohol at least 3 times a week can have a noticeable effect. Now, about the evening rituals. It is very important to create a shutdown ritual. Your brain needs to understand that this is a time to rest, not to fight. An hour before bedtime, remove the screens, phone, TV, laptop. Blue light suppresses melatonin, which is the sleep hormone. Instead, try a warm bath, not hot. Light stretching, reading a paper book, or meditation. There is an excellent exercise. Lie on your back, bend your knees, feet on the floor. Slowly raise the pelvis, hold for 5 seconds, then lower. Repeat 5 to 10 times. This improves blood flow in the legs and relieves tension. Calf exercises are also useful. Stand against a wall, place your palms flat, and slowly rise to your toes, then lower yourself. Do this 2 to 3 times a day, especially in the evening. If you still feel uncomfortable before going to bed, do not lie down and do not endure. Stand up, walk around, stretch your muscles. But don't make any sudden movements. Better, smooth, deliberate ones. For some, foot massage with lavender oil or mint gel helps. The cold can also help. Put a cool compress on the calves, not ice, for 10 minutes. Others, on the contrary, feel relieved by a warm sock. So, experiment. The main thing is not to ignore body signals. If these measures do not help after 1 to 2 months, it is worth discussing medication with your doctor. Several drugs for restless legs syndrome are approved in the United States. Dopaminergic agonists like ropinirole and pramipexole, anticonvulsants such as gabapentin and pregabalin, and in severe cases, low-dose opioids. But they are prescribed strictly according to indications. And it's important to know, dopaminergic drugs have a risk of augmentation when symptoms begin to appear earlier in the day and become stronger. So, they are not prescribed for a long time without supervision. Anticonvulsants, on the contrary, are often used as the first line of therapy for moderate restless legs syndrome. They do not affect dopamine, but they calm the nervous system. You should discuss all options with a neurologist or sleep disorder specialist. And the last thing is support. Find a community. In the United States, there is the National Restless Legs Syndrome Foundation, which is an excellent resource with information, forums, and support. Sometimes just knowing that you're not alone makes it easier. And remember, restless leg syndrome is not your fault. This is not a weakness of character or an oddity. This is a real condition that can be controlled. You have already taken the most important step. You have realized the problem. Now go ahead. Start with one change. Iron analysis, avoiding coffee after lunch, evening stretching. After a week, add the second one, and so on. Small steps lead to big changes. If you recognize yourself in this video, write in the comments. My legs were spinning and it helped me. It's a simple phrase, but it can inspire someone else not to give up. Please like it if the information was useful and subscribe to the channel. There are many more videos about health, sleep, balance, and the wisdom that comes with age. Because you deserve quiet nights and clear mornings. I wish you all the best, and good night. Real, deep, without twisting.